to be here today to introduce to you Joan Wyzorik Ruskamp. We met at the Northwest freshman volleyball team in 1974, so probably before most of your parents were born. Joan grew up less than 1 mile from here on Capitol Avenue. She had no agricultural background, but had a passion for animals and dreamed of being on a farm. After graduation, Joan attended the Nebraska College of Technology, Technical Agriculture in Curtis. She earned an associate's degree in veterinary medicine. She and her husband Steve own a 4,000 head cattle feeding and grain production operation in Dodge, Nebraska. Joan is a true cattlewoman, working alongside her husband in all parts of the family operation. When she posts things that I see on Facebook, she's in the feed yard, she's tending the animals, she's growing the flowers, she's doing it all. Over the past 40 years, I've witnessed Joan's rise as a speaker and promoter of beef and agricultural products on the state and national level. She has a passion for communicating the beef story. She lives the beef story and sees firsthand the commitment to quality care and improvement from farmers and ranchers. Joan was first active in leadership roles on several of the Nebraska beef and agricultural boards. Because of her passion and leadership qualities, in 2018, Joan was elected as the national chairman for the Cattlemen's Beef Board. She speaks throughout the nation and on several social media platforms promoting agricultural producers and their products. I nominated Joan for this distinguished alumni award because she's a perfect example of someone who had a dream that didn't match up with what her childhood experiences were, but she found out a way to make her dream come true, and now is a leader at the national level. I'm proud to introduce to you Joan Wyzorik Ruskamp, Northwest graduate, 1978.
Thank you, Linda. That was a remarkable how you nominate me and read that intro for my presentation. Most of the time, as she said, I am out advocating for agriculture and producers, particularly beef. But today, I'm here to share with you a different story. It's my story. Have you ever felt lost? I'm not talking about the Google Map kind of lost. I'm talking about the kind of lost that says, I don't know who I am. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what my purpose in life is. Sharon touched on this in her talk about finding your purpose and following your dreams. Well, I found what I call a North Star that I could rely on. I believe we each have characteristics to help us find our purpose, seek direction, and follow a path. Those characteristics I call our North Star. I grew up the oldest of 6 children, as Linda mentioned, within a mile from here, not on a farm. My dad was a mechanic and then started his own drywall tool repair business. My mom worked as a credit manager and a sales associate at 2 different department stores. At a very young age, I was drawn to animals, especially horses. I loved to read and would get every book on horses that the library had. When I was old enough to detassel corn, I saved up money to buy a horse. Some of my best memories as a teenager are the hours I spent horseback riding. You could say that was my happy place. High school brought new challenges, including my personal struggles with low self-confidence, uncertainty about who I was, and what if I really mattered at all. I felt lost, with no sense of direction, no sense of purpose in my life. I went to class. I participated in sports, as Linda mentioned, volleyball was one of them, and I held a part-time job. You could say I went through the motions of going through high school. Some of my choices I made were more a matter of survival than helping me thrive. As I approached my senior year, I really had no clue what I wanted to do after high school. I just wanted to make it through high school. The turning point came when a teacher gave me some direction based on my North Star. I had an ag teacher named Mr. Hahn, and as mentioned, we only had 6 periods in the day, so I had to give something else up to take an ag class. Based on my love for animals and interest in biology, I had thoughts about becoming a veterinarian. Mr. Hahn was talking about careers in agriculture, and when he learned about that, he gave me a suggestion I had not thought of. I knew to be a veterinarian it would mean 8 years of college, a lot of expense, and I really wasn't sure how I would manage that. He recommended this technical school in a little town in Nebraska I had never even heard of. But I looked into it, and I applied, and I learned I had to be accepted. I suddenly discovered this person within me who wanted to rise to that challenge of being accepted into a veterinary assistant program. Once I was accepted, I journeyed through the veterinary assistant program in Curtis, Nebraska, and that energized me once I had a sense of direction of where I was going. My college experience was the best thing that could have happened to me. I was surrounded by other people who chose either a career with animals or agriculture. I was learning about how I would take care of animals, and I was building new friendships. The volleyball skills I learned in high school came in handy. We played a variety of teams around the state at a junior college level, and I really wasn't that good in high school. Something happened though when I went to college. I gained some self-confidence, and I became a better athlete as well. College graduation brought about similar challenges I faced in high school. What do I do next? What job should I take? Where do I want to live? What vet clinic do I want to work for? My first choice of clinics did not have an opening at the time I was applying, and so I chose a clinic similar to it in Fremont, Nebraska. About the time I was starting my new career as a veterinary technician, Grand Island was rebuilding after the tornadoes destroyed a lot of our community in 1980. Several months into my job, a college friend invited me to a wedding in a small town near me. After the ceremony, we went to a ballroom for the dance. My friend and I sat at a table with a group of his friends, including a guy named Steve. Steve asked me questions about what I did and learned I had a special love for horses. As the evening drew to a close, he leaned forward and he asked, "Would you like to come out and ride my horse sometime?" Well, I said yes. And that date led to many more dates and eventually a wedding date. The path that took shape back in high school continued to unfold on my journey to becoming a veterinary technician, starting a job, meeting my husband, becoming a wife, a mom, and a farmer. The North Star was shining brightly. Many years passed as we focused on our 5 children, working on our farm and taking care of cattle in the feedlot. We bought our farm from Steve's uncle and worked hard to make it profitable. The stress of working daily around the cattle was starting to get to me. I lost the joy of what I was doing because I was focused on the burden. My North Star seemed to have gone dark. That light would shine again when I had the opportunity to serve the industry as a spokesperson for the beef industry. My love for cattle and those experiences working day to day on our farm enabled me to share a story that was authentic and transparent. And I found
I need the following students to the central office: Whitney Loman, Darren Johnson, Zach Pistolka, Alyssa Davies, Aiden Davies, Aaron Norlander, Carter Beaver, Levi Bruns, Madeline Snelker, Haley Brandt, Maddie Esquivel, Taylor Madison, Alex Cordy, Mason Allen, Ethan Bryant, Jordan Winton, Caleb Alcorta, Kobe Castilla, Trevor Retzloff, Jordan Pankinen, Jaden Quant, Presley Lilienthal, Wyatt Knapp, Maya Cook, Caleb Boat, Parker Loping, Brody Stutzman, Camden Jensen, Ryan Kelly, Spencer Snodgrass, Victor Isley.
So I'm not leaving. Okay. We're still going to get through this. What I found is that work isn't everything. I found that serving and sharing a story I believed in gave me new joy and new passion in the work that I did. How can you find your North Star? You're told continually, find your passion. Dream dreams. How do you do that? Well, you can start by listening. Listen to the guidance of others, like my Mr. Han. They've been with you over time, working with you through school, extracurricular or community activities. They're your parents, teachers, family members, people you look up to and respect. Look for repetition in the advice you hear, whether it has to do with a relationship or a career path. Make a list of activities you enjoy most, your favorite classes, any hobbies or skills developed, and go back into your childhood if necessary. If you're really drawing a blank, go back. Look in time at what you've enjoyed when you were younger. It can be really overwhelming. You have so many opportunities, so many choices to make. Finding some sense of direction to the characteristics that most define you will help. What makes you unique in what you love, what you enjoy, and where you find fulfillment? This will be a path, not a destination. This is lifelong, and it's a journey you don't have to take alone. When you find your North Star, be assured you will have a greater sense of direction and purpose. Are you still feeling lost? Through my own experiences and growth as a person, I'm confident you can find your way if you try. Find those characteristics that define your North Star and stay on the path of that direction. One day, you may find yourself up here sharing your story with another group of students about the North Star that gave your life direction. And that leads me to thanking the person primarily responsible for me being up here today, and that's Linda Green for nominating me. Linda is someone I always looked up to in high school as having it all together, but I'm sure there were moments where she struggled as well. Never think anyone else has it all together and you're the only one who does not. We share a lot of things in common. Of course, there's my family. My mom, my aunt, and my husband are down here today. But my children, numerous family members, teachers, coaches, church leaders, they've all been responsible for who I am today. I didn't get here alone. And again, you are not asked to go anywhere alone. You are surrounded by people who care about you. Look for them, reach out to them. And remember, this will help you connect to your North Star. So what's stopping you?